our goal is to make data available and useful. And we do that by making great user interfaces to include all the people that need access to the data and try to make it as easy as possible to interact with the data, comment, discuss. So what it is, it's a time series intelligence tool. But what we have the whole data input pipeline, the storage, the visualization, and the way to contextualize and collaborate around the data. And then we make great APIs and SDKs for the scientists and all the people that make the models that can put data into and extract data from Clarify. And then we have our own data science department, but we would love to collaborate more with research to make better models.
So we are building a forecasting model together with Norse. This is still in an experimental stage, and the forecast data with upper and lower limits would be hosted and visualized in Clarify. Pattern recognition, we're also doing some pattern recognition. This is a new feature implemented just a couple of weeks ago. And it is an ML endpoint that supports pattern recognition on demand. The user can select a period of interest or else an event and automatically find similar patterns in the past. Here, for example, we see the CO2 levels from a ship while cleaning salmon, and it has a very distinct shape. So we would select this period of interest, for example, and search for similar patterns which happens in the past. Threshold evaluation, this is also something new which we have worked on. Clarify can support threshold evaluation where we get notification whenever a threshold is reached. So the way it would work is that the user can add upper or lower limits in a timeline. So this would be the threshold. And every new data point from this timeline gets checked if it's bigger than the upper limit or lower or smaller than the lower limit. If it is, then the user would get a notification on his phone. And this can be also a way to get alerts whenever a new data point is out of the ordinary values.
Yes, currently we have something called calculated items in Clarify, which has recently been extended. We now allow you to enrich your data pool by using if-else statements and more functions on your data points. This allows you to create complex relationships between your signals, and also can be used in combination with this threshold evaluation to be triggered when some complex relationship has been reached. And the beauty of this is that it uses historical data, so you don't have to take out your data and do your manipulation and then put it back in. Which also means that you don't actually need to know what you want to know before you actually do the calculation. So if you store your signals in Clarify, you can always do historical calculations on that data. I'm not really a domain expert in climate future or salmon, but for example, here's just how you could set up a calculated item, which is CO2 level by cars only on the weekend, for example. Then we have been working on SDK to talk to Clarify. We have introduced some new features as well as optimizing existing ones. And also the documentation is now all in one place. So developer documentation, SDK specific documentation and API documentation is in the same spot. So we really focused on the ease of use here so that you can still use your current type of developing models and do a seamless insertion into Clarify, which is integrated with pandas. So just some examples of how to, or what you can do with SDK. Outlier detection and level shift on the price of salmon, which is done here. Forecasting on the feed level in silos, continuously updating. Sentiment analysis, and yeah, basically anything you want to do in a data science project.
So what we're trying to do is make a tool that lets the end user, the guys working out here on the fish pens, take part in all the data that you can generate and get it easily accessible on the phone. There's nothing special about having a Python SDK or running models. You've been doing that for years and years. But now we're trying to make it as easy as so Christopher can go online and put in his model and run it and have the data available for the people here instantaneously. And also make it really easy for them to use and understand. So that's the goal of Clarify. Just providing the data, making it easy to collaborate and use it, and try to involve more people to find the good use cases for everyone.